I'm Adam Rosen, Staunton resident. My daughter Bonnie. We support backyard chickens in Staunton. I think it is a progressive, fantastic thing we should do to better our already wonderful city. Yeah.
People raising chickens in their own backyard has so many benefits, it's hard to enumerate them.
When you're raising chickens and you're producing eggs, that's an outcome a family doesn't have to go spend money on.
I live in Staunton and I'd like to have some chickens for eggs. He eats a lot of eggs all the time. So I built a fence and I'm just waiting till it's legal.
Do your chickens smell?
They don't smell. If I'm making sure that I give them enough bedding, leaves or straw or whatever, to absorb all that.
Well, I've been kept up awake many more nights by a barking dog than a sleeping chicken.
Can you tell us how many chickens are behind you right now?
There's about 1,000 chickens behind us right
Like from my experience, I never had a complaint, and I worked in 6 different communities over 15 years. It's not an issue that's routinely brought up in any of our code enforcement conferences or any of our correspondence with other planners. The things we do every day is a very, very, very low probability you're going to have to deal with the chicken.
How might you anticipate legalization of chickens to affect property values in Staunton?
I wouldn't really expect it to affect property values one way or the other. The needs and desires of buyers is so widely varied.
Hey, we're the No Lonesome. We're a local Staunton band. We definitely support backyard chickens. We also live here and work here, and have businesses here.
That's a pretty good impersonation. My name is Chauncey Brinton. We live on 24 North Jefferson Street in Staunton, Virginia. We want to advocate for changing the law so that there can be chickens in the city of Staunton. We believe in the importance of being self-reliant.
The reality is hurricanes hit this region, tornadoes hit other regions, flash flooding hits, earthquake hits. Natural disasters are a real everyday part of life. And when you've got a hurricane, roads are blocked, bridges are washed out, you can still feed your family. That's extremely empowering.
On our farm, we just never find a tick because we have chickens running around.
They have incredible eyesight and they eat ticks. Certainly with all the deer that are living downtown Staunton, spreading Lyme disease, just having chickens would be a good thing.
To ask you your opinion about the spread of disease, the potential transfer of disease from backyard chickens to the large poultry farms, that's
virtually non-existent. In order for that to happen, you as a backyard chicken grower would have to have, number one, have to have a diseased chicken. You would have to walk through the manure from that diseased chicken, and then you would have to walk through the pasture that the larger flock is in.
1, 2, 3. I like chickens!
Chickens are great educators for children. Project Grows, the Waynesboro Boys and Girls Club raise baby chicks. The kids knowing full well and being part of, except for the butchering part, every aspect of this. That is incredibly educational. It's just hardcore, hands in the dirt. This is cool stuff, and I'm going to remember it because it's so cool.
If we actually want our children to grow up with a deep sense of awe and appreciation for the mystery and the provision of this abundant creation, we need to encourage them to get their hands in the dirt in a garden, to grow a tomato, to have a couple of backyard animals.
It could be something as simple as one little red hen that you give to a little girl next door. And she realizes that this little red hen can also be a companion and will give me an egg that I can go in here and I can crack this egg in the skeleton and I can cook it myself. You have a complete 100% picture. You introduce a child to a farmer, cool. He's the weird guy that wears the straw hat at the farmer's market. Without the connection to the animals, you don't get the complete picture.
I don't think the question of backyard chickens is going to go away. I think it's just going to increase as people get more interested in where their food's coming from, how to get it locally and fresh, and how to take a little ownership back over the food that they eat.
The things that come, 360 now, that people are actually more interested in producing their food again, because for any number of reasons, a lot of it's personal choice. With the stories of, how our animals are being raised and the chemicals and whatnot. And some people, not everybody, would like to have a different choice.
And maybe the city council says, hey, yeah, if we can get more community involved, if we have talks on how to care for chickens that drive the people to the businesses, and while they're there, they buy things, your tax revenue goes up. You know, how can that hurt?
So you can buy organic feed, you can buy the feed troughs and the water and the lights all within Staunton, but you can't have chickens here.
You know, I was born and raised here, and I also know a lot of the people because I taught in the public school system here for 30 years. I'm very, very positive about people growing their own produce and gardens, and you know, and chickens are just a part of that natural balance I think that we're trying to get across the country. I think it should be legal to have them, and there should be rules, and the rules should be followed. I think it's just basically a neighborly thing.
I think it would look kind of charming. I think as long as there's no rooster crowing waking me up at 3 a.m., I'm okay with it. People can have their own chickens. And if there's some problem that we hadn't anticipated, we could deal with it.